Never ever get bananas Foster prepared tableside in a restaurant. Well, this isn't a travel video, but I guess it could be travel related since it takes place in New Orleans, which is a travel destination and a place I used to live for quite a while. And this is a story from a long time ago. This is super duper young days. I'd gone backpacking and learned about seasonal work and started working in restaurants. And I started working at this place, and it was my first day, and they were training us on how to prepare bananas Foster tableside, which is a dish in New Orleans. I think it might have originated in New Orleans. I think probably the style that you make bananas Foster, which is tableside, flambe, which I think is French for making a big fire in your face. It's a pyrotechnic event that you can order if you're feeling particularly festive. It's very simple. It's just some brown sugar and butter, and you melt it in a pan and throw some bananas and cinnamon in there, and then you throw some rum in there and makes a little pyrotechnic display. Looks like you did something. It's like when Evel Knievel jumps something, or when everybody jumps something, they want to they want to light something up so that you'll know that something happened. But I had never done it before, but I was being trained to do it. This couple, they're in New Orleans on vacation, ordered bananas Foster. Bananas Foster is a very famous dish at Brennan's restaurant in New Orleans. And this wasn't Brennan's, but a lot of restaurants in New Orleans you can order this at. But this was not a fancy pants restaurant at all. Although I did have a bow tie on and a white shirt and black pants, but I think they even wear that at Popeye's Chicken in New Orleans. But we were being trained, me and this other fella, watching this waiter as he wheeled the table out to prepare bananas Foster for this couple on vacation. And so they're sitting at their little table next to the window in the dining room, and the fellow, turns on the burner, he heats up his skillet and starts to melt his brown sugar and his butter and slices bananas in there and blah, 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 and he's doing the spiel with the folks. And me and the other fella, we're like, probably 10 feet off to the side, observing what we are supposed to soon be doing. He's got his pan all heated up, everything's bubbling away, and now he goes to pour in the rum. And so he dunks it over. This big gulp of rum comes out and hits the pan, and it just erupts in this giant fireball. I mean, it's just like whoosh. And I mean all the way to the ceiling, and it wafts over the table. I mean, it's right next to the window, and there's gauze curtains. So boom, the gauze curtains ignite. And of course it's a big window all along the front of the restaurant. So the curtains on either side, they're just gauze curtains, so they light up. But it's not just the curtains that are on fire, because the couple, they'd been leaning over their table intently watching the fella prepare the bananas Foster, and for some reason I think the lady had red hair, but I don't know, it's been so long ago. But her hair caught on fire. I don't know if the waft of the flame got her, or if she had a lot of hairspray in there and it was drawn to her. But anyway, her hair was on fire. So her husband or partner's reaching across the table, trying to pat her out. And then me and the other fella that I'm supposed to be training with, we rush over to the table and we start to pat her head out, and of course she's hollering and screaming. Everybody in the restaurant, of course, is hollering and screaming because the restaurant's on fire. And the other waiters are now, they're getting people up and shuffling them out of the restaurant, which is filling up with smoke. But I can see the lady just kind of laying over the table. And I had a scar on my hand for a few years. I don't know. I look for it now. I can't ever find it. But it was just a burn that I got on my hand. And I used to always like telling people, oh, yeah, I got that patting the lady's head out. I don't think that it was much of a fire. I think it was just the curtains and the lady's hair that were the main combustibles. And I don't know what happened to the waiter. We all kind of began shuffling people out of the restaurant. And I remember this one table, they were sitting there kind of looking around at all the smoke and the smell, and then I remember them asking, well, where are they going to eat? Well, where are we going to eat? And the fire department came, and we were on the news that night. But I never went back. That was my first day working at that restaurant. I never went back. I've never done a tableside flambe dessert. And the thing is, I've lived in New Orleans off and on quite a few times, and I've worked in a lot of restaurants. But one of the first things I would do whenever I was going to go to apply, I would go and I would check out the menu, and if they had banana Fosters on the menu, I wouldn't apply there. You're going to go into a restaurant and let some Joe Blow schmo come over and build a fire next to your table? That's poor decision making right there. Never ever get bananas Foster prepared tableside in a restaurant. Anyway, I think you'd be better off getting the cheesecake.